Welcome to Kids Camp Presents. I'm Stephanie Charles, and today we're joined by Joyce Meurer. Joyce is the Executive Director of Books Aloud. Joyce, for those who don't know what Books Aloud is, why don't you tell us what this organization is?
Well, Stephanie, I'm delighted to be here with you today, and the organization has actually been around since 1973. But what we do is we record, duplicate, and circulate audiobooks for the blind, the visually impaired, the learning disabled, and the physically disabled. Sometimes it could be just a temporary client because maybe they're going through surgery and they're not going to be able to hold a book for 6 weeks while they're healing. But most of our clients are longtime clients. We service from very, very young, actually they could be a 6-month-old blind baby, to 107 currently.
That's a range.
Soon to be 108. We do have a lot of elderly. They go through macular degeneration, retinopathy, diabetes, and they don't have the vision.
So it's not just the vision impairments, though. You said it's also people who have mobility impairments.
It could be mobility impairments. They can't hold a book. It could be they're dyslexic. We have a number who are dyslexic, and once they're diagnosed with dyslexia, then they're referred to Books Aloud, and they find that by being able to hear the books rather than trying to read them themselves, their reading comprehension improves drastically.
So do you just serve people in this area, or is it the nation, or what is your market?
We actually are all over the United States and into Canada.
Wow.
We serve out of the Dr. Martin Luther King Library here in San Jose, but we do service all across the nation.
What kinds of, I'm sorry, I just drew a blank there. How many clients do you have?
We currently have 2,200 clients. Of course, we have ones that pass away each year, and so it goes down, it goes up. We get new clients. New elderly are losing their sight, and so they're coming in. New children are being diagnosed with dyslexia. And you have the cerebral palsy, the autistic, the Down syndrome, motor skill deficient children. In special needs children in Santa Clara County, there are 26,000 special needs students just in Santa Clara County.
That's a lot. So what kinds of books do you record for both the children, the school kids, and adults?
We actually do the English literature. So our books are, they're the fiction, the nonfiction, the history, the Harry Potter, the new fantasies that so many of the teens are into now, the children's books. I brought along one that's the Miss Bindergarten Gets Ready for Kindergarten. And we also actually now laminate our books so that the children can be independent readers. That's the whole idea, is that they don't have to have mom or dad or a teacher sit and read to them for them to have the enjoyment of reading.
So they're listening and also looking at the book?
They're listening and they're looking at the book so that they're following along if they can. If they're blind or visually impaired, we just send the audiobook to them without the printed book. But if they have vision, then we'll send the printed book along with the audiobook so that they can improve their reading comprehension as they're reading along.
That's got to be a big help. Now, I understand you've got several different programs. Could you outline how you do things?
Well, we originally started back in 1973 with just the reading by listening. There were no audiobooks at the time, and our founder, her mother started losing her eyesight, and she'd come down to the library with her mother and her children, and she brought the idea back to the service club we belonged to at the time and said, how about if we record children's books, and then mothers of blind children could come together. One mother could stay with 9 or 10 of the kids while everybody else either went to the spa, they went home to take a nap, they went shopping, whatever the break was, that they'd get a break. And so we literally started recording the children's books around the dining room table of Florence Pierre Carroll, who is our founder.
And you've grown a long ways from
there.
We've
come a long ways. We are now housed in 3,200 square feet of space in the Dr. Martin Luther King Library in San Jose, and we do service all over the United States, and as I say, the wide range of ages there.
So besides the books on tape with the reading or without, I understand you've also got a kids program where kids come in and learn how to do this.
Kids actually come in and they have the opportunity to come in and record. They don't get the whole picture of the whole thing, although they do come in and do circulation. They do come in and braille the outside of the book, so they learn a little bit about the brailing and what that's all about. We have a little brailer that it's actually they enter it in English and it prints out in braille. And so we let them each do that with their name, and then they can take it and put it on a book or on their door in their bedroom or whatever. But it's always geared around either a classroom, whereas they're studying the blind and Helen Keller and the Guide Dogs for the Blind, and so they have an understanding of blindness. Or one second grade class that came in, it was around heroes, and heroes that they knew, heroes, past heroes, and how they could become a hero. And so they became heroes in reading for the blind.
What a wonderful opportunity for kids.
It was really cute. We've also had Girl Scouts that have come in, and they've worked around a merit badge in community service.
Nice.
And so they're studying, they're practicing for 4 to 6 weeks before they come to the studio, so that they are well-versed, they're ready to actually sit and read to the computer.
So it's not just that you're getting some reading out of them, they're learning a lot about the whole environment that the blind or mobility and disabled.
And the disabled, and it gives them an eye-opener. Many of these children go to school where they don't have disabled at their school. And so they don't have an understanding that literally there but by the grace of God go I. So thank you, I'm glad I have my health. And they go away feeling, you know, I'm really glad I can read. Yeah, and it's so fun to have them in circulation, because they'll see a book and they'll say, oh, I read that book and he's going to love it. I know he will. So it's delightful to work with them.
So this is a big enterprise. How many paid staff does Books Aloud have?
A very small paid staff. We have 2 full-time and 2 part-time.
So you must rely heavily on volunteers.
We rely very heavily on volunteers. We have 118 volunteers. Wow. Now, and there's something literally for every skill set. We have 5 different disabled groups that come in, a different one each day of the week, and they rewind tapes. That's physically all that they're capable of doing. But that's just one of the steps in the whole process that needs to be done. So when the book goes back out to the next reader, it starts at the beginning.
So if I wanted to come in and volunteer, how would I go about doing that?
Well, we have a volunteer application and volunteer task that's actually on our website. You can also have it mailed to you. And there literally is something for every skill set, because we have recording technicians who are volunteers. We have recording technicians, editing technicians. We have the readers. We have proofreaders, because once this is completed, then a volunteer or myself will sit and we'll listen to the book while we're reading this book. So we know that what's going out to the client is the same.
How many books do you produce in a year? Because that's a very laborious process.
It is laborious, and we have a commitment to produce 200 books a year.
Wow. I'm impressed.
So we are cranking to keep those moving, and also the fact that we have clients who have been with us for years, then you've always got to have something new for them.
Right.
Because we literally are their entertainment, their conversation, their communications. They'll talk with friends of theirs about the book they just read.
Absolutely. My mother-in-law was nearly blind for the last 10 years of her life, and she would tell me about all these books she'd read. When she said, I'm going to go read a book, that's what she was talking about.
That's what she was doing.
So the fact that you rely so heavily on volunteers must mean, are you funded by donations?
We're funded by donations, totally, because there is no cost to our client. The service is completely free to the client.
Okay, so using so much volunteer effort must make those donations go a lot farther than they would otherwise.
They do. We have 93% of all of our donations that come into us through grants, through corporations, through individuals. 93% goes to program services.
That's great. That's a high number, and that's
a
just,
very high number.
That's
but it's through the volunteers that allows it to happen.
What kind of a budget do you have? How much money are you looking at just to support the the things that you have to pay
Our
for.
budget is just under $500,000.
Okay.
We are looking to increase that because one of the other programs that we have is what we call the mini library program in the special needs classrooms in the schools in Santa Clara County.
So tell me about that.
Well, we provide both the audio, and it depends on the age of the classroom, the reading ability of the classroom. Sometimes a high school will be reading in elementary school level. So we provide the books for them accordingly. We provide the equipment and the books. Currently, we're providing tape players, headsets, splitters so that multiple children can be listening to the same book at the same time. We are looking this next year to include CDs, and we also want to be able to include the audio e-readers. We have found, it's a pilot program right now, but we have found with the Nook Color, and I'm sure this would be the same with the Kindle Fire, with the iPad, most any of the e-readers, that we can take and put 40 audiobooks onto an SD chip and put it in the Nook Color and send it out to the schools. So we're looking to do that this next year.
So if someone wanted to fund you to maintain your ongoing programs or to the expansion you're doing on this program in the classrooms, how would they go about donating to you?
Well, they can donate a number of ways. They can just send us a check. They can actually go on our website and donate at the website. We also have a fundraiser coming up here in October. We put one in place last year, which is called the Valley Lights Gala Masquerade Ball. It was a huge success. Everybody had a great time, so we're doing it again this October. And they can also support that. We're getting tremendous support from the community in supporting that event as well. But it does take the foundations, the corporations, the individuals who realize this is something. I personally believe, Stephanie, that everybody knows somebody who can use this service.
Yeah, I mean, I told you for 10 years my mother-in-law definitely could use that service.
It's either the elderly that are losing or have lost their eyesight, or it's the special needs children, or it's the children that have just been diagnosed with dyslexia. So everybody knows somebody who needs this service.
So you've been doing this for a while now. You must have a few heartwarming stories to tell about this. We've only got about a minute left, but why don't you give us an idea?
Well, one that comes to mind immediately is a little fellow whose name was Aaron, and in 6th grade he was diagnosed with dyslexia, and the Center for Dyslexics sent him to Books Aloud. He got on our program, and by the 7th grade he was on honor roll. He is now in college and doing incredibly well. And in his own words, he'll say, you know, I found it was so much easier to comprehend what was there by somebody else reading to me.
Well, what a wonderful way to end this. This is Kids Camp Presents, and we want to thank Joyce Meurer from Books Aloud for joining us today. Goodbye.
I'd give anything, but I won't give up on you. I'd say anything, not goodbye. I will run with your changes, and I'm always on your side. And there's not a word that I've ever heard that can make me change my mind. Words, they'll try to shake you. Don't let them break you or stop your world from turning. let them break us or stop our world from turning. When words keep you from feeling good, use them as firewood. Let them burn. Words, they'll try to shake you. Don't let them break you or stop your world. Stop your world from turning round. When words keep you from feeling good, use them as firewood. Let them burn. Let them burn. If you'll be my star, I'll be your sky. You can hide underneath me and come out at night. When I turn jet black and you show off your light, I live to let you shine. I live to let you shine. But you can skyrocket away from me, never come back if you find another galaxy far from here with more room to fly. Just leave me your stardust to remember you by. If you'll be my boat, I'll be your sea, a depth of pure blue just to probe curiosity, ebbing and flowing and pushed by a breeze. I live to make you free. I live to make you free. But you can set sail to the west if you want to, past the horizon till I can't even see you far from here where the beaches are wide. Just leave me your wake to remember you by. Be my star, I'll be your sky. You can hide underneath me and come out at night. When I turn jet black and you show off your light, I live to let you shine. I live to let you shine. But you can skyrocket away from me, never come back if you find another galaxy far from here with more room to fly. Just leave me your stardust to remember you by. Stardust to remember you by. Trying to call home all of my change I spent. trying to call home all of my change I spent on you. Where have the times gone, baby? It's all wrong. Where are the plans we made for two? If happy ever afters did exist, I would still be holding you like this. And all those fairy tales are full of it. One more stupid love song, I'll be sick. Oh, you turn your back on tomorrow, 'cause you forgot yesterday. I gave you my love to borrow, but you just gave it away. Can't expect me to be fine, don't expect you to care. I know I've said it before, but all of our bridges burned down. I wasted my nights, you turned out the lights. Now I'm paralyzed, still stuck in that time when we called it love. But even the sun sets in paradise. I'm at a payphone trying to call home all of my change I spent on you. Where have the times gone, baby? It's all wrong. Where are the plans we made for two? If happy ever afters did exist, I would still be holding you like this. And all those fairy tales are full of it. One more stupid love song, I'll be sick. Now I'm at a payphone. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Now, baby, don't hang up, so I can tell you what you need to know. Now, baby, please don't go, so I can tell you what you need to know. I'm at a payphone trying to call home all of my change I spent on you. Where have the times gone, baby? It's all wrong. Where are the plans we made for two? If happy ever afters did